Hey there, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Gwen from the Dr. Gwen International Inc. and host of the podcast show, the Dr. Gwen Podcast Show. This afternoon, I am so energized and very fulfilled. Very happy because the 5-day challenge is in progress. And there are 41 live souls that are inside of that Facebook group. And I am so thrilled for the results that we are going to be seeing by the end of this week. We have 5 video lessons that are pre-recorded with activities that people are doing to work on their goals, to start the process of building a habit of getting results. Because I firmly believe that if everyone were to, number 1, live inside of their passions, and number 2, get results in their lives, what a bright, beautiful world this would be. I feel like everybody would be so much more fulfilled, so much happier. Because I really believe that this whole process is not so much about getting the dollars as being happy. Getting the dollars is very important. Don't get me wrong. And I am not downplaying that piece by saying, well, the money is not important. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is getting the results is key to the happiness and the fulfillment, and getting the results more than anything else, doing what you absolutely love. So today I want to talk with you about building a habit of success. And a lot of times when people get in trouble putting off things, it didn't just evolve like that as a habit. It took one tiny step at a time, one process at a time, and they go from one thought, one idea, one instant gratification that, okay, I think I'm going to put this off for tomorrow. I am not feeling up to it today. And then the next day they come back and they do the same thing. And before long, they have built a habit that they can't dig themselves out of. Now, just the same way they build that habit to produce the results that they're getting right now in their life, in as much the same way they can build that habit to get the results that they want in their life. So I created an image. And I don't know, I have my tablet here, and if I try to move it to try to show you the screen, it's going to be reversed, but I'm going to make a little effort to do it. So, whoops. So you can see the screen if I try to rotate the screen so you can see my computer screen. So in a moment, what you are looking at is my computer screen. And see that diagram right there? It says trigger, action, and reinforcement. A lot of times when we start a habit, that's exactly what happens. There's a trigger. There's something that tells us that we want to do what we want to do, right? So what starts the action? A lot of times what starts the action is about 5 things. Where you are, who you're with, your states of being, and a bunch of other things, you know, that gets you going, starting that action. And then what do? You do the thing. And you've got to identify what it is that you do. And then by doing that thing, you get a reinforcement. You get some type of satisfaction from doing what you got. And then before long, you repeat the process again, and you're doing it each time thinking less and less about the process, and each time getting more and more stuck. And you know, There is a saying by Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill calls this the law of hypnotic rhythm. And in his book, Outwitting the Devil, he talks about this, that how a habit is really formed is when you start doing something, it doesn't come automatic. You do it for a little bit, and then you do it again the next day, and it may just be a tiny thing. And then you do it the next day, and before long, my goodness, you have a habit that you don't even have to think about to do. Now, I know if you've been following me on my personal page, you've heard me talk about my workout routine. And those of you who've been with me, you know that the workout piece is not my favorite thing. Yet I managed to create a routine out of that workout because I chose to take incremental steps. And how do you do that? You start with a thought. You start with some kind of idea of who you want to be. You tell yourself what you want to be. I want to be healthy. I want to be working out on a regular schedule so I can be healthy and fulfilled and maintain my body weight. That's what I told myself. Then I started making choices towards ready and in tune to do it. I also had to visualize myself putting on my workout clothes, putting on that and going down. And I found that mornings that I didn't do that, I had to really bring myself back quickly because I was down the road of not doing it. Once I started doing that, every day I would get up, and for the phase of 30 to 40 minutes, I would work out. And I told myself, no matter what, I'm going to do that. And you know, a funny thing happened. After a while, it became so routine that I can't truly say I didn't have to think about it, because I still do. But it was more of a routine that I saw myself and felt myself going towards that direction without much of the struggle that I had before. So now I've built the muscle, I strengthened the muscle to get the results. Now that is something that you're going to have to do for yourself. If you want the results, if you want to stop procrastinating, for example, you need to declare yourself who you are. You got to start noticing and paying attention to who you are. What are the words you're telling yourself? How do you feel about yourself? Are you allowing fear and self-limiting beliefs to stop you? And once you get to that phase of identifying and noticing who you are and what you're saying to yourself, now you create a new page. And this is what I want to be. Drive the stake. Create something that you want to be. And start now making the choices to move in that direction to make it happen. Now, the thing to keep in mind is this. It doesn't have to be a huge, big, major step. I know a lot of people go, well, you know, I'm trying to work out, lift 50 pounds every day for 7 days a week. Well, that may not be something you want to do. It may not be something that motivates you. Find something simpler. How about you start off maybe 2 or 3 days a week lifting a pound, because you can't even lift a half pound. So lifting 70 pounds is not in the realm of possibilities. So you want to push yourself, yes, but you want to also make it that it doesn't overwhelm you and that you can actually see yourself completing it. Make it tiny and make it successful enough. When I was being trained over more than 30 years ago to become a teacher, an educator, one of the things my professor said to me is this: when you're creating a test for your kids, when you give them the pre-test, first of all, you want to give them to see where they are, but that very first test after your instruction needs to be really, really easy. What you want to do is to make certain that your kids feel a level of success right out the gate. When they do that, they're more motivated to continue to learn because they've experienced some success. It's the same with you. You want to feel some success because you really are building a muscle memory of habits of results. So you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you are successful at it and do it over and over and over and over again before you start making it massive, because that could take you out of the game. What a lot of people fail to realize is the power of incremental work. Most people think that having a big, massive success to start is what it is that's going to make them feel better. What we need to understand is that there's a lot of progress in the journey. So enjoy the journey as you go, and whereas it may not be that big, massive thing to start, that tiny thing is going to get you to the big thing. You know, I can sit here and I can talk and you can listen and you can hear me, and it can go in one ear and out the other because you're not grasping the simplicity of what I'm saying to you is. I know that has happened to me before. When I was in network marketing, I would go to those conferences and those guys and gals would get on the stage and they would talk about how they make the money. What are the things you do? You got to get up and you got to make that phone call every single day, and you've got to have a list, and you've got to do this, and they have a system that they're going through. And it was like, I heard it. For a moment, it motivated me, but then when I came home to do it, it didn't work quite that way because I was looking at this massive thing, right? So if you are in even that particular scenario that I just talked about, maybe making a consistent thing of making one single phone call every single day for 5 days. Then the next time you could double it. And then the next time you could double it. And just keep doing that every single day till you build that muscle. There are a varied number of success days for building a habit. We talk about, there's some people who the research has shown have taken 18 days to build a habit, and some to 45 days to build a habit. The habit building is not a strict science. You can't say it will take you X amount of days. Why not? Because there's so many variables. You're different from the other person, from the next person. Not only that, whatever goal you're trying to achieve is very different from whatever that other person achieved in 18 days. Then the next thing is you may not be as passionate about that goal as you feel like you need to be. So those are some things to consider. But in general, the research shows that the plateau happens at about 66 days on average. But you should give yourself a space of 2 to 8 months to develop a good solid habit. Okay? You want that habit of results. Listen, you've got to quiet that voice that's telling you the things that pull you off track. The things that I'm not good enough, the things that, oh, let me delay my gratification is what you want to say when the voice says you need to just take a break and put it off for tomorrow. Oh, let me delay my gratification. Take control of that circumstance because the circumstance doesn't control you. You are bigger than it. I know what I'm saying is that you can deliberately plan for those days when your voices in your head are going to throw you off track. Make a plan. What am I going to do tomorrow if this happens? Set that in motion. If I have an emergency, this is what I'm going to do. I do that with my workout schedule. Some mornings I have to get up to leave really early for meetings. On those mornings, I don't want to get up any earlier than I normally do to work out. So initially I had a plan to work out 7 days, and I kept that religiously. But I found that when I had an early morning meeting, I didn't choose to wake up that early to work out. So I adjusted my plan that I'm going to work out 5 days a week. So now what I do is I have 2 days as cushion, that if I have an early morning meeting or if I have an emergency or something that pops up, then I will work out. And I've added Sundays as a workout day just in case I have 2 back-to-back emergencies in the week. I still can do 5 days. Now, that may be simplistic and it may be something that works for you, but whatever it is for you, you have to create that. You have to sit and plan what are those emergency things that throw you off your game and cause you to not work on the things that you need to work on. Put it in your calendars, my friend. And I wish you were with me live to see some of the training, the live training that I will be putting out. It's not too late to sign up for the challenge because today is the first day. But after today, I would not encourage you to sign up because then you're going to have to be playing catch up. And the whole idea is you need to be successful. So if you want to join the challenge still, it is thedrgwen.com/the challenge. THEDRGWEN.com/the challenge. Listen, join me. All I talked about is over there on my blog, thedrgwen.com/blog. Join me there. Please share your comments, share the article, let me know what you're thinking, and more than anything else, I love you guys. This is